Brothers and sisters, soldiers and soldierettes, thank you for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion. And as I always say, if you are alive and breathing, we are back to conquer another day. And let's get to them honors. I honor thy ancestors, whose spirit is alive here in the present and is touching many brothers and sisters out here today. So thankful for that. And we got to give them honors, and we can't forget about those that transition, those that we held dear. May they rest in peace and in power, in all of our families. And may all of our families prosper, and everything we touch turn to gold. We always got to stay a soldier and keep on keeping that honor, integrity, and always able to get up and do better than the day before. Because what are we striving for, brothers and sisters? Is to always be, a greater and better part of ourselves, no matter what. Because if you made it through the storm before, you can foresee what's coming in the present and in the future. Because what's that? One of my favorite phrases I like from old great Malcolm X. If we know what is and we know what was, we know what's to come. In other words, when you have knowledge of self, when you are connected to that deep divine spirit within, you will learn many things. You will come into great things. You will also be connected to the right brothers and sisters, and sometimes we might not understand how we are connected or why we are connected. But if we have our pineal gland open and we're ready to receive, that divine will let us know that we are where we're supposed to be. So you just keep living, and that great divine will show up in our lives, especially when we're trying to do right. And we wake up every day looking to see what great thing we can do for ourselves and what great thing we can do for someone else, however that is. As long as you're putting out good energy, as long as it's coming from a good place within and you mean well, the energy will get out there. Because remember, that great divine listens when no one else will. We just got to know that and know it in our spirit and look for the signs that great divine will give us and has given many of us, especially those who pay attention. And I honor thy mother, I honor thy father, and I honor thy sister, and I honor thy brother. Got to get that energy of honor out there, because, I don't think we say honor enough. We don't see honor enough. We don't have honor enough in the black community within our brothers and sisters sometimes. Not all of us now, but we need to say this more. Let's embrace ourselves, lose ourselves in honor and integrity. It's a beautiful thing. But we have to go through the layers. We have to go through the humiliation stage. We have to be accountable, whatever mistake it is. And we just can breathe so much better in life when we just be freaking honest with ourselves. It's great, but we have to go through whatever we have to go through to get to that point. I don't care if it's uneasy. We have to go through the uneasy process to get to that glory, so to speak. And today we're going to talk about being dynamic. Being dynamic, and I would like anyone I'm connected to, all of us, to know our true power. To know our true power. It's a beautiful thing. I would love for brothers and sisters, young or old. Now, a lot of us do. It is a lot of brothers and sisters that do know their true power. But again, folks, like I always say, melanated brothers and sisters, we all have a divine gift. You have to take that time and go in and bring it out. It's a must, So, I'm going to motivate some ways, give some advice, opinions, and help motivate that action within and tap into that divine spirit that all of us melanated brothers and sisters have. I'm going to show you how to tap into it and be dynamic, and we're going to break it down. I'm always reading, researching, and looking up. So, and looking up things. Sometimes I might freestyle and just speak off my spirit, and sometimes I might look up something, because it's good to read and write, and what I say keeps the mind sharp. So we're gonna talk about being dynamic. Okay, and this would be number one of dynamic. All right, bear with me. Thank you, brothers and sisters. My subscribers, my new subscribers, my current subscribers, salute. May you have a great life, and may your family also have a great life. And I really appreciate anyone who takes the time out of your day to listen to a brother, because it's a lot of great brothers and sisters out here. Salute. Okay, now we gonna have 4 breakdowns of being dynamic, and I want us to know our true power. Emphasis on true power. We gotta know this, and once we do, well, we gotta do all the things to tap into it. Take accountability, be positive even in the times when it's not easy. Show love even when you don't feel like showing love. Those are the times when we gain that power. Okay, here's number one of the definitions of being dynamic. Okay, of a process or system characterized by constant change, activity, or progress. You have to, we have to do things on purpose, have that initiative in our mind too, because it always starts in the mind. So one more time, of a process or system characterized by constant change, activity, or progress. And any progress is progress. If it's a small step toward victory, it's still progress. If you setting a goal and you're working toward that goal, any steps toward that goal is a good step. So we're gonna move on to number 2. Remember, I got 4 definitions or 4 breakdowns of being dynamic, brothers and sisters. And here's step 2. Of a person positive in attitude and full of energy and new ideas, energetic, spirited. It's beautiful. Sister or brother can do this. You have to reach inside, take moments to yourself, study oneself as well as we do our children, those we are connected to, but we start within, like I said in the past, and work our way out. We invest, we lose ourselves in positivity. And again, I'll say positivity isn't easy. It's not something that you have to, practice it, study it. You have to pay attention to our behaviors and how we act and how we approach different things, and, learn to see things before we enter them, or we learn to think about things before we say them, especially in important, vital times, whether you're going to get a job or you're having a disciplinary problem with a child, or, always got to be logical and be a little analytical. You'll hear me say that from time to time, just so you won't jump off impulses on certain things, and, keep things in alignment. Again, that part 2, that definition of a person positive in attitude and full of energy and new ideas, energetic, spirited, no matter what. This will keep the stress level down or no stress at all. This is how we have that power within. This is how you can know you have that power. And what's another thing that will let you know that you have truly come into oneself? Results, brothers and sisters, results. When you see results within yourself and you see it moving in your life, whether you connect it to your family, children, significant other. I always got to mention that, because there are always going to be those, our loved ones, that we are connected to. Because always got to keep that family spirit, even if we're by ourselves or single. Keeps us from being selfish. So that's the breakdown of number 2 of being dynamic, my brothers and sisters. It's a beautiful place. So go through whatever you have to go through to keep yourself right and whole within. Okay, this is stage 2, being dynamic. A force that stimulates change or progress within a system or process. Read it again. A force that stimulates change or progress within a system or process. And it's an example underneath. Evolution is part of the basic dynamic of the project. That's just a, Evolution always got to be evolving. You can't, you know, get insecure about different things, and just do what you can to the best of your ability in your life. Start right where you are. That's something I like to say. Don't look at the outside. Don't look at different statuses. Know your true power and embrace it, and help it within your life and those that are in your circle and your immediate family, and whoever you're close to, as far as your loved ones. Always got to stimulate that change. Don't be afraid of change. You embrace that change. You embrace your power. And this is brother or sister. You wouldn't be here. You're not here for nothing. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't meant for you to be here. So embrace every powerful moment that you encounter in your life. And this is stage 4 of dynamic. And this is just a little small term. Music is another term for dynamics. You can be dynamic in your music, and I just went through the stages of what dynamic is, some of them. And it's a lot more to it, but that's 4. And you can be dynamic in everything. You can be energetic in everything, no matter what it is. Just as long as it's coming from a right heart, it's coming from a place of love and not hate, because hate will consume you. And if you have any kind of wrong emotion or feelings within you hiding in your body, work on it. Don't just let it go. This brother or sister, never just any small thing that you think might be toxic, pinpoint it, deal with it, and see what it is and get rid of it so you can stay positive, because that is a distraction. Any little thing that we don't deal with underneath all the gunk, that's within us, we don't deal with it, it will come out and fester, eventually, if we don't deal with it. I've been through this process, and I'm sure many other brothers and sisters have, because we have to go through that filtering process to know our true power. Because how can you know you're powerful if you're complaining and you're whiny, and you're looking at what others have, and you're only thinking about materialistic things or status? And we have to like I said, be analytical and look at everything one by one. We start with ourselves and work our way out, and always be willing to progress in any way, and progress towards being great, progress towards being, a better boyfriend or a better girlfriend or a better husband or a better wife, just when you're looking to be a better brother or sister overall. That's knowing your true power. When you're positive and you keep that love within, still, even in the midst of a storm, even in the midst of you feeling uncomfortable, uneasy, those are the times when you know your true power. That's when your power can be tested, because when that great divine loves you, and the great divine does, the great divine loves those who are righteous, and it will put that force will put different things in our path to strengthen us, to sometimes that force gotta slap us sometimes, so we can, slap us into reality, and so we can see that we had that power. Because a lot of times we have that power within, we just don't realize it. We have to do different things to bring it out, to amplify it. We read, study, read things on like I said, on families and children. Look up different words that you're curious about. You just always gotta just go on little adventures and just do things on purpose, to bring that power out of you and to manifest that gift that many of us brothers and sisters have. Many gifts. You can't just pinpoint one. We all have different types of gifts, no matter what it is, so, and we all know our gifts, harness it, bring it together, come together, and we all be balanced, and we all be powerful. It's all different kinds of powers that we have. There's nobody's more powerful than the other or better than the other. I always say this: no one's better, just different. We have to have this mindset, and having that mindset, brothers and sisters, that can help you with maintaining our power. Because I always say this, always going to be different brothers and sisters, different teachers, different ideologies. We embrace those that might be maybe a little over us, and it might be a little some that not quite there yet. We look at every brother and sister as a brother and sister, not as something bigger or smaller. So, and it's not easy to do that sometimes, especially being in this social media world, living in this world where this everybody or person, place, or thing has these expectations. Never live by the expectations of social media or others. And when I say others, I mean those that are not in balance with that divine, those that are not tapped into that God and goddess within. You know, those people, person, place, or thing like that, that's what you have to deflect. You know, those that haven't come into their own, you know, we can teach them, but you can't let them drag us down. You know, they'll have to get there on their own. Everyone has to find their own truth and true power. You know, now, is this an easy process? Of course not, but it's worth the challenge because you bring your stress level down. You gave yourself a goal. When you finally know your true power, you become powerful, and it becomes second nature once you study it over time and you lose yourself in it. And, you know, just be dynamic, you know, look it up for yourself, study that word, you know, write things down, write down your weaknesses, your strong points, you know, and just work each one, your so-called, because a lot of times it's not weaknesses, it's all how we perceive it and how we look at it. You write those things down and you pinpoint them and you fight every last one of them until they diminish and disappear. But you have to stay at it. You know, you just can't let things fester. You know, just take a look abroad on some individuals on social media that hasn't dealt with that inner crap that floats around in us sometimes. Not some of us, not all of us. And that inner shit that we don't deal with, it will fester, you know. So work with anything we can, because that's a hindrance to our power, you know. So again, I want all my brothers and sisters, whether you are already aware or just beginning, I want you to have this true power. And those who are already aware, shoot, I want you to be even more powerful. How about that? And be dynamic. Always be willing to flow with the progress. Always, you know, always evolve with the constant change. Don't let change overtake you. No, you overtake change. You embrace it. And you be the change. You be that powerful brother and sister, young or old. And I'm going to go through those 4 stages one more time of being dynamic for my soldiers and soldierettes. Salute. That first stage of a person or a process, of a process or system characterized by constant change, activity, or progress. Always progress. Always work toward that goal. Never stop. In the second stage of a person, positive in attitude and full of energy and new ideas. Always stay with new ideas and stay good with energy. And do things that are positive, or whether it's a movie where you're reading, do something positive with your children, think positive thoughts. This will keep your stress level down, and it also keeps you looking young. In my opinion, I think it helps with your immune system. So energetic, spirited, these are all dynamic ways of staying powerful. And that 3 stage, number 3, a force that stimulates change or progress within a system or process. So even within this so-called matrix, we can still keep that life. We can still give that energy. We can stimulate ourselves, and we can stimulate others. Even if it seems like those aren't listening, we do it anyway, because we do it for the great divine. We do it for that higher force, you know. So for those that want to be listened, that divine will touch them. So we don't have to worry about that. We just do our job. So, and you know, of course, stage 4, be dynamic in our music. You know, high infinite power, helping our people. That's what we need to take into our hip hop, those that's doing music. And why do we put good energy into our music and also in our lives, period? You know, because good and great things always come to those who do well and great. in their lives and other lives. That's a given. That's the law of attraction. So those are ways I wanted to talk about it, and I hope I motivated you, and I hope you, and I don't hope, I know you will find your true power if you look within and you stay at it, and you don't let superficial things on the outside stop you from looking within. Because you can't find, you can find some things on the outside that is positive, but it's still going to always come down to that great divine spirit within, no matter what. So be dynamic, my brothers and sisters. Always be willing to always progress. If it's little or small, if it's toward victory, it's worth the challenge. It's worth the step. So know your true power, and you are powerful. I want all of us to have this power. I don't want to just know it for myself. I want all of us to have it, whether young or old, my family, children, their mothers, brothers and sisters. Like I said, even those who are already aware, I want you to be even more powerful. How about that? And again, I'll say, my brothers and sisters, I don't care what's going on. If you're divinely connected, you are powerful, and always and forever be dynamic. And that's my thought. And I give honor, to the reachers and teachers, and I thank those that came in to another edition of EBX discussion. And I honor those who take the time to listen to a brother, and not just me. Like I said, just how I want all of us to know our true power. I also want us to appreciate the real like-minded brothers and sisters out here. Appreciate our families, our children. Hold every moment like gold. Because time is moving very fast. So be dynamic, my brothers and sisters. And I honor your family. I honor my family. I honor my children, their mothers, brothers and sisters all over the world. May you have the ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are, right now. One, salute.